Hey everybody and welcome back to the channel. So today we're going to be going in and building the pizzeria from Five Nights at Freddy's. This is a continuation of my last video where we made this apartment building for them. If you want to see that, please go check it out. In that video, I did already make the shell for Freddy's Pizzeria. Also, let's build in the afternoon because I hate building at night. So first and foremost, I kind of want to just paint the exterior. And then what I want to do on the roof is build some half walls. And what I like to do are build half walls that are the same height as the platform. That way I can use the same paint and not have to worry about finding a platform trim that matches. All right, so now that we have half walls around the platform, we can use that, which is wonderful. All right, and then I think I want a sign up there. All right, we're gonna pretend that says Fazbear's Pizza. It kind of looks like it says Freddy. Kind of. Then I think we want to get our columns next. Honestly, these Jungle Adventure ones don't look that far off. Okay, I think that's looking nice. It's looking a little rustic. That's okay. And then we want like a green double door. We'll do this for now and see if the windows make any type of difference. We also need there's awnings in this game. And this is kind of the awning I'm thinking of. All right, and then we'll get our windows. Okay, I don't hate this snowy escape one. And then I'll go off camera and finish up the exterior. Alright, so there's the outside of our Freddy Fazbear's Pizza. I'm not going to add windows to the other rooms yet. I'm going to wait to do that on the interior. I don't love that there's no giant picture of Freddy, but my gallery is not working, so if I can get that to work at some point, then I will try to throw a picture of Freddy up there. Okay, so I looked and people don't have art of Freddy Fazbear. However, I'm thinking this picture from Rose Mao might be actually really helpful. Okay, there we go. That's kind of silly, but it's for kids. I think that that's cute and it's as close as we're gonna get. All right, so now we'll go into our interior and I think I'll start with this kind of main like party and stage area. Okay, I don't know why my camera decided not to record, but here's the stage so far. Let's maybe put one of these in each upper corner and then something like this on the sides. And we'll leave it empty for now because the animatronics aren't always on stage. And what I might do is put like some spotlights up there. Okay, so it's looking like in this main party room, there is a blue and red checkered carpet instead of like the normal black and white in there. Okay, so maybe something like that. And then they've got the long tablecloth tables. We have these tables, but that might be a little fancy. Oh wait, yeah, that's so much better, this Partyscape dining table. All right, so we'll set up 3 rows like this, and then we'll just do one behind them as well. Okay, so we've got these tables, and then the chairs are weird. They have this like V shape almost on them. I don't know if we have anything like that. I don't think I've seen it before. Okay, we don't have them, so I think we're just gonna use these black chairs. Okay, it's giving organized, it's giving like PTA. I'm searching party to hopefully find a party hat. So I think these are Christmas trees, but I think that we could make them look like party hats. Okay, yeah. And I think we do like all the fun colors. Okay, so there we have our like makeshift party hats on all of the tables. So then I'll go off camera and do lighting and clutter. All right, and so with clutter and lighting, here is our main kind of party dining area. We've got the stage, and I tried not to do too much on the walls because it looked like there wasn't much of that in the game. I did add our doors, just some little party decals, and dim the lighting quite a bit. So I think I'm just gonna fill in the hallways next, and the hallways look to be gray with like a lot of speckles on it. There's also that black and white banner, but I really don't know if we're gonna be able to do that here in The Sims. Let's just do this gray stucco instead. I feel like that looks okay. And we'll go in and do that for all of our hallways. And it looks like all of the hallways have the black and white tiled flooring. All right, so now we have the hallways as black and white checkered patterns everywhere. I do maybe want to come in and do the bathrooms first. From the pictures I've seen, it looks like the black and white color scheme kind of continues into the bathrooms. And it also looks like the walls kind of go in there as well. And we could do this Pixel Perfect is available in black and white. So then it's kind of like we have that checkered pattern going along the bottom. I don't actually hate that. And I wasn't able to find that many pictures of the bathrooms, although there are pictures of pizza all over on the wall. And I can't find any, so I think what I might do is stick like a debug pizza box up here on one of the tables, and it's open. That's fine, I guess. All right, and so for the bathrooms, we'll do 2 toilets there and then put a wall out, and we should be able to have the toilet doors right there, and then we can put the sinks over here. So I'm gonna go repeat this layout on the other side and clutter up the bathrooms a bit. Okay, and then with clutter and everything, here are our bathrooms. We've got some hand sanitizer and paper towel. And then over on this side, even though it's somewhat hard to see, we've got the 2 bathroom doors leading into the little toilet stall and the exact same layout over here. Let's move into this room in here behind the bathrooms, which looks to be like the kitchen type area. So we're gonna carry over the same flooring. All right, so for the kitchen, this will be kind of fun because I wanna do more of like a food service kitchen. So I feel like maybe a big oven like this would be more fitting. And then I kind of want to do a more like industrial looking sink next to it. Like I think this gray one is pretty fitting. We are going to need a fridge. It is a little bit insane that Dine Out doesn't come with a fridge. And then let's maybe use these Blandco counters like that, because I do want to get the pizza oven on one of them, because duh. I do want to get the messy pizza station up there. And then I want to get a little table it looks like is in there. And in here I just want to add pizza boxes. And I forgot they stay open, so that's really annoying. All right, so I think this will be our loose little kitchen area, and then I'll go in off camera and clutter it up. All right, and then with lighting and clutter, here's how the kitchen turned out. I'm actually really happy with this room. I think the pizza oven is a cute touch, and I did add that little cupcake for Chica. So now I'm gonna do these 2 rooms over here. So it looks like this first room is backstage, and it looks like we're carrying through the same black and white. And in here, it just looks like there's a table. Okay, so we've got a table in here, and it just has like Bonnie's head on it. I don't really know how we're gonna do that. My hope is to maybe go through debug, because we have these like people heads. Okay, we have these half a bears. Well, okay, it says half, but there's clearly the bottom half. I wouldn't really call that half a bear. Okay, here's the thing. We do have the purple bunny toy. So maybe I'll just stick it under like that so it looks like it's just Bonnie's head. And maybe I'll move it back so like you can't really tell. And then I just want like some gears and parts up here. It looks like otherwise in here there's just shelves with other heads on them. All right, so here's kind of what we've got. I don't know how to do just heads on these shelves. Let me go through off camera and clutter it up, and we'll see how the heads, or probably just the toys, end up looking on the shelves there. All right, so with clutter and lighting, here is kind of how backstage turned out. I tried to put a few heads up there, and what I ended up doing was putting some stuffed animals on there and then putting this faux wall in. And then down here, if you don't pay too much attention to what's under the table, you've got Bonnie's head mounted on this table with parts. And so I think for what it is, this actually didn't turn out like terrible. So after backstage, we will move over here to Pirate Cove. Also, I was looking and it says that like they're pretty sure there is no arcade game in the original Five Nights at Freddy's, that they kind of came later. But I do think it looks incomplete without one, honestly. So I think what I'm going to do is throw an arcade game right here in the main area and then just move all of the tables up. Okay, there. Now they should be able to play an arcade game in here too. And in the game, Pirate Cove is like a circular room, but y'all know I don't mess with rounded rooms in The Sims 4. I've learned my lesson with that. So I think I'm just going to turn this room into Pirate Cove, and I'm gonna make it purple, hopefully with some like design on it. Like this is purple with confetti on it. That's actually pretty good. And I might do the outside of it too, just so people know that that's Pirate Cove. Imagine it's its own round room. So we'll do just this kind of like not so put together wood. And then we have the steering wheel I want to put in here, like maybe against the wall like that for Foxy. It looks like there's perhaps a speaker in there, one of these bigger ones that like goes on the ground. And then Foxy's usually in here. I'm just going to search Fox. We don't really have anything that's giving Foxy. What I might do is, since it looks like the whole appeal of this room is that Foxy's in there and it looks like a pirate area, is I might take this jungle gym and size it down. I don't really want to size it down one more, but I think I might have to. Yeah, if kids are going to want to go in here at all, it has to probably be this tiny. All right, and then assuming Foxy would be in here to take up some space, here is the final Pirates Cove. It's very little, but from what I understand, Pirates Cove is primarily a stage for Foxy, so that makes sense that when he's not here, this is just sort of what it looks like. But then from the outside, it's more fun for kids too. You know what might be actually more fun is if we get rid of the door and we do a small archway instead and then put like a curtain over it. And these tattered ones are kind of giving pirate. So let's do that. Okay, yeah, I think that's fun. So then we'll move on to the halls. And it looks like this is West Hall. So we'll start with that one. And this is the hall that Foxy and Bonnie will come through. I do want to get this get to work door and put it in there before I forget because it has that yellow tape at the bottom, kind of like what we're looking for. Now in here we do have the black and white on the walls, but they're also the gray. I wonder if we can use this backsplash almost and do something like this in the hallways to create that black and white effect. Okay, I don't think that looks terrible. Sometimes in this game, you have to do what you gotta do. Okay, that'll kind of work. And then what I want to do is put the pile of trash and stuff over in this corner. It looks like it's more of this like paper trash than real trash though. All right, like I feel like that looks kind of good there. So I'll go off camera and add the last little bit of decoration. All right, and so with clutter and lighting, here is how the hallway turned out. Again, it's a hallway, so like nothing crazy special, but I tried to add the posters and the clutter. So I now think I'll go in and copy kind of the same design over here in the East Hall, and then we'll go in and finish that up. So honestly, East Hall is very similar to West Hall. The only difference being this is the hallway that Chica comes from. So I think I'm actually going to just bring over everything. The only difference I've kind of found is there are the rules of the restaurant printed in this room. So I might go get a wall decal that looks like rules. Also, I'm adding this Strangerville poster because it kind of looks like the cam map from Five Nights at Freddy's. Okay, like this is just saying no shoes, but I think we're going to put it up here as like the rules of the restaurant. And then I'll go in finishing up the clutter for this hallway. All right, and then cluttered and lighting, here's what the hallway ended up looking like. It's extremely similar to the other hallway, just different trash, different stain clutter, that kind of stuff. All right, so next we're gonna move in here and make the supply closet. So we'll carry over the same flooring. We're gonna go in and add some shelving. And I'm kind of feeling some of this shelving that's like pre-made stuff. It feels like some of this could be in there. And then I do want like some toilet paper. And we've got a little toilet paper pyramid in the corner. Let's put maybe the broom and stuff here on the wall. Another caddy down here of cleaning stuff. I like the idea of this big cleaning thing that comes with Horse Ranch. You know, people wear costumes and stuff there, so maybe we even put like the ironing board in there. And we do have like the laundry detergent in there. All right, so I'll go through and add stains and lighting. So with lighting, clutter, staining, here is how our little supply closet ended up looking. I think it looks really cute. I love the little toilet paper pyramid. I think it's so dumb, but I think it's really fun. And then moving out of there, I've seen some debate as to what this room is. Some people say it's nothing. Some people say it's prizes, costumes, any combination of the three. What I'm seeing most often though is making this a prize closet. So I think that's what I'm going to do. And I'm going to make it blue and red to signify that it's more of like a guest accessible area. The thing is, I feel like the prize closet should be accessible to the children, but we have our arcade machine in the way. Okay, wait, I tested out functionality, and even though they're very close, they can both sit here and play the video game, so that is huge. So this is what we'll do instead. Everything should still be functional. I say we move our presents over to this corner. All right, so what I might do is make this a half wall, and then we'll put this counter in here, like there's some little prizes for them. And then for toys, we only have so many bears, so I think I might just do other things that like look kind of scary. Like this thing could kind of be Foxy maybe. There, if you squint, you can hardly tell that this isn't the Five Nights at Freddy's characters. And I'm adding this raccoon in here because it's scary. And then I want to add like small windows to the bottom. All right, so then it's like they can still see the prizes down there. I might put the bigger toys on the bottom. So I'll go in and finish this room up with clutter and lighting. All right, and then with clutter and lighting and everything, here is our toy closet. So we have all the plushies back there. We've got this little sign alluding to Pirate Cove, and then just some little fun decal. This is cute. I know there's like active prize counters in other FNAF games. It doesn't look like there's one in FNAF 1, but this is what a lot of people I saw kind of headcanon this room as, and I think it kind of just looks nice as an extension of the dining area. Like it would make sense to have it there and to have it accessible to everybody. All right, so then last room, best room. So we'll go in and make the office, which is the main room that you play in Five Nights at Freddy's 1. So it looks like first and foremost, the most important object is the desk. So we're gonna clutter up the desk with the fan. I kind of want to use the amps, but make them a lot smaller. Let's put a cup up there. Okay, so we're just making it really messy. We'll get like a little, like maybe just like this little dinky computer. And then I would assume we're sitting in a chair. It's in like first person, so we don't really know. I kind of want to use the get to work TV and keep it very small and just look like we're looking at a bunch of monitors. We don't really ever get to see this like back corner of the office, so I might use some creative liberty and like, I don't know, put some random stuff in there, but I will clutter it and then come back when we're done. All right, and so with clutter and lighting, here is how the office turned out. I just added a fan, the mini fridge, and the microwave in case this is where like the security guard has to eat, and then just a bunch of posters, children's art, things like that up here. I did want to go through and add finishing touches of putting the security camera in a lot of the rooms, and then also finishing up the landscaping and exterior. So I'll go off camera and finish that up. All right, so I didn't want to do too much landscaping, but I did just add trash and a debug car in the back, some roof accessories, and cameras in all of the rooms that are available to see on the cam, so not here in the prize closet. And that is going to be it for our Five Nights at Freddy's Pizzeria. Thank you so much for watching. Please let me know if you'd like to see more Five Nights at Freddy's themed builds in the future. I know there are a lot of games and a lot of media to work with. And if you like this video, please give it a like or a comment and subscribe for more videos like these. And I hope to see you in the next one. Bye.